What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, something, hit the keys. Today's newscast might be just a little bit different. I ain't here to make excuses or nothing like that, but I didn't make no demo beats or nothing for y'all today. I got this toothache, and it's like right here, and these headphones sit on it, and it's been killing me all week. So I haven't really been messing with like making beats or stuff like that. So it is what it is. But in today's video, I've got some fire for you guys. So it looks like we've got a new update to Kontakt. So it's going to give us a new tool for us to use in there as well. We've got a new library from Kontakt or Native Instruments. We've got some updates going on over here at Excite Audio on their Bloom products, and then some other things like Diddy and Kendricks Superbowl performance and stuff like that we're going to talk about today. So let's go ahead and start right off with this Kontakt 8.2 update. So as we see here in version 8.2, which is a free update to all existing users, they've added a patterns tool, a new polyphonic step arpeggiator. So that's pretty fire. Now there's an arpeggiator in there. They fixed a few bugs like the long wait times when saving and loading DAW projects containing Kontakt. Unless you have it on like a disc, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm still getting kind of low load times on some things, but it might be because it's a 50 gigabyte library and I'm loading it off of my flash drive or off my SSD. So that could be the reason too. I'm just being honest. Corrupted user interface when loading certain older instruments, so it's fixed that. If hosted, Kontakt 8 would crash when closing complete Control 3, they fixed that. They just fixed a few things. So let's go ahead and hop into it because I know that's what you guys want to see. So let me go ahead and pop this up. I've got Alicia's electric keys open. We're going to go over the new library after this, but I just wanted to focus on this because this is a tool that most of you guys have, or a lot of you guys have. So when you go over here to tools, remember before we had chords and we had phrases? Well, now we have patterns. So you got all kinds of different art patterns that you can go with. So let's go ahead and pull this one up right here. First, I'll let you guys hear what this piano sounds like that we're working with, though. This Alicia's keys. All right, so most of y'all know what that already sounds like. Let's go ahead and add this Aurora Pulse up here to our tool. So boom, now we have it, and this patterns tool is going to look like this when you open it up. So there's going to be a difference whether you're holding down one note or you're holding down just a chord. So you see here, I'm holding down one note. But now once I hit that chord, so that's fire. You've got a whole bunch of different patterns and stuff that you can go on over here. Sorry, shouldn't stop it in the middle and say this, but if you guys hear me like at any point in time during this video, I'm sorry. It's because my tooth is for real really killing me. So I know I'm not supposed to stop and complain a lot, but I'm just letting y'all know if y'all hear some of that today, I apologize in advance. So with this, you've got different things you can control, like your rate over here, your duration and your velocity. You got like octave controls, you've got swing, you've got humanize. So let's go ahead and hit some of these real quick, and so you can see what it's going to do to it. And then you've got swing over here that you can mess with. And so you got different things you can mess with. You can mess with the length of this too, so you can make it longer, shorter. There are some more complex patterns over here. And then there's some, I'm playing some basic patterns too. So now on this one, so this is just the one note by itself. And then this would be a chord held down. And you can easily add notes in here too as well. So boom, you see how I just easily clicked some notes in here. Now let's go ahead and So it's just that easy. So then you have a couple controls up here at the top. I don't really have an instruction manual on this thing today, but I will let you know that this will add some more notes for you. So again, this is what the pattern sounded like. So then if I hit this, it'll add some more notes here for me. And then I can hit this button right here and it will kind of change up those notes for me. So it kind of randomizes them for me. And then you have this infinite button right here. And you see what that does is it randomizes the extra notes that it puts down here for you. So it's pretty solid tool. You know what I'm saying? We'll go through just a couple more of these. But again, this is free, so you can just go download this today. And then again, like we just did, we can add some more notes on here. We can add some swing on here if we want to. You can humanize it. You can do all that stuff. So again, it's a free update. Go grab it. All right. And since we're, I guess, on the topic of Kontakt and Native Instruments, they also dropped a brand new library today called Avant. This right here is basically the second edition to Claire, but it works real well with this new patterns tool in Kontakt. So what do they call this? Basically, it's $99 is the current price, the intro price. The experimental sequel to Claire Grand Piano, get both together now at a special bundle price. Unique sounds captured through unconventional techniques, including brush tones, damp, I'm not sure how to say some of this stuff. Sparks ripples of evolving textures with particles engines and new patterns tool presets. So the particles engine is pretty fire too. But basically they just sampled this piano. I'm gonna let you guys hear what it sounds like. They've got this patterns and particles section where it just adds more to the sound. But if you had Cathara, you already kind of understand what this particle section is gonna be. So boom, we've got this pulled up here. So when you open it up, it's going to look like this. Here's one of the presets I was messing with. So it just got all these different particles, these sounds added to it. It's got a bunch of different presets over here. You can come over here and you can control different things in the piano. So you can control like the pedal noises, the mechanicals, the tonal shifts, all that other stuff. The sub in the low end, the wood. Pause. I'm such a child. All right, so then you come over here and you've got this particle section and you can mess with all kinds of stuff in this particle section. So like, let's say I hold down some notes. Let me come up here a little bit. But I can mess with this density, the variation. And then you got the different sources. So you see here, you got all kinds of different presets from noises to rooms to reverb to all that stuff. So we're gonna go curtain. And then you've got another source that you can use down here too as well. So we'll just go Claire medium room. So you hear how it changed up the way that it sounded like that? I think that's pretty fire. You've got other stuff that you can add over here, like your effects. So you've got all kinds of stuff that you can add. Let's go ahead and add a modulation to this real quick. So we're just gonna add a basic tremolo. We're gonna turn it up just a tad. All right, so let's turn this up a little bit more. That's pretty dope because you can hear the tremolo on there now. So then you got another effect that you can add on here. It's just got this fat saturator. Pause. Let's turn this up just a tad. And then like you could turn this up too, so you can turn the particle level up. So that's pretty cool. You've got this, you can shut this and it'll show you what the particles are doing to the instrument. So that's pretty cool too as well. Let's go ahead and go through some of these presets real quick. Okay. So that's just me holding down a chord there. And that kind of goes with these tools and stuff. So a lot of these presets are going to be using that pattern tool with this clear Avant. That's kind of why they dropped on the same day. Let's check something else out. We'll just listen to a couple more. That's kind of fire preset right there. Let's check out just a couple more. All right, guys, I guess that's all I got on this one. I know there's going to be a bunch of videos out today on Clear Avant, giving you more sound demos and stuff like that, getting a little more detailed. I just wanted to bring it to you guys quickly so that you guys could get the information. All right, guys, and this next story I'm pretty excited to bring to you. No pun intended. It looks like Excite Audio just made all of their Bloom plugins available for you to upload samples and use their dope engine and all the stuff behind the scenes with your own samples. I feel like I've been the #1 proponent for that on the internet. And I feel like I helped make that happen for y'all. But let's go ahead and check out Plugin Boutique. They made a little video about it. I didn't download and all that stuff yesterday. I don't want to keep complaining, but I did watch the video and I did want to bring this information to you because every single time I've reviewed a Bloom product, I've said the same thing. So basically, this is kind of what it's like.
Producers, huge news. You can now import your own samples and loops into any Bloom instrument. And the best part, it's a free update. There are 3 ways to get your samples into Bloom. The simplest way is to drag and drop it onto the sample edit window.
So boom, just like that, drag and drop, it's ready to go now.
As soon as you drop the file, you'll be prompted to set the BPM. If it's a one shot, just leave it at the project's BPM, and the key for any melodic samples or loops that you have. You want to set the correct key here, so when you start using the macro key switch, everything stays in sync with the key of your track.
Dope, 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 dope. Thank you, thank you.
If it's drums, you can just select no key here. Hit save when you're all done. If you need to get back to that menu, you can just right-click over the waveform and select Edit Sample Info. You can also delete the sample from here as well. If you prefer to browse to your sample, you can just hit this.
All right, so I'll let you guys watch the rest of that video on your own time, but just know, thank you, Excite Audio. We can now finally drop our samples into the player. All right, guys, up next, it looks like Diddy is suing NBC and Peacock and all that stuff. Pause. You can't even talk about Diddy without saying pause. Let's go ahead and take a look at the story. So Sean Combs sues NBC over documentary that he says defamed him. The documentary Diddy Making of a Bad Boy began streaming on NBC Universal's Peacock platform last month. Pause. Sean Combs, the music mogul facing federal racketeering and sex trafficking charges, sued NBC Universal and its streaming service Peacock on Wednesday, accusing them of airing a documentary that shamelessly advances conspiracy theories about him. So he's actually trying to sue them for $100 million. I really recommend that y'all go look at the Breakfast Club's video this morning because Charlemagne had me dying, even though Charlemagne be playing both sides of the fences, pause, sometimes. The documentary Diddy Making of the Band is one of several about Mr. Combs' life and career that have been developed amid mounting allegations of sexual abuse and violence that led to the criminal charges and more than 36 civil lawsuits. Let's go ahead and scroll down to the important part, though. I guess I'll read it all. Mr. Combs, who's in a Brooklyn jail awaiting his criminal trial, has pleaded not guilty to the charge, has denied sexual assaulting anyone, and has depicted the allegations as fabrications or distorted accounts of consensual sex. In recent weeks, he has begun to go on the offensive, filing lawsuits against people and companies he says have defamed him. The newest defamation suit focuses in part on a segment of Peacock documentaries in which one interview subject asserts that Kim Porter, Mr. Combs' longtime girlfriend, with whom the mogul had 3 children with, had been murdered. The documentary includes an image of Mrs. Porter's autopsy report, which said she died of lobar pneumonia, and notes that the local police did not suspect foul play. She died in 2018 at 47 years old. This was when she was about to drop a book talking about Puffy and exposing all this stuff that was coming out. So it was all around the same time that she was about to drop this documentary. Just that needs to be noted too. But it also includes an interview with Albert Joseph Brown, a former singer who goes by I'll Be Sure. That suit characterizes a defamatory. In the interview, Mr. Brown, who had a child with Miss Porter, describes seeing her and says it was 2-3 weeks prior to her murder. And why supposed to say allegedly? So basically goes into more of the defamatory stuff like that into this lawsuit that Puffy's trying to file. Because I think he's trying to, it's too late, but I think he's trying to get all of the negative videos and pictures of him off the internet, all the documentaries off of TV or whatever it is, so that they can't use that in court, or so that it's not affecting so many people's eyes and thoughts, like all the jurors and stuff like that. But I guess good luck on that one. I mean, I really don't mean it, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep y'all updated. All right, guys. And last but not least, I just want to talk about the Super Bowl really quickly. Kendrick's halftime performance. It was banging. Before I say anything about the halftime performance, though, I got to send a special shout out to them red pants SZA was wearing. Whew. And Serena's legs. I know y'all gonna kill me in the comment section. Good performance. So I kind of want to know what you guys think about the performance. Like, did y'all, I know there's so many symbolic things, like people, everybody just thought all the colors were just, the American flag and all this other stuff. But if you're just like really paying attention to the video, if you watch with certain parts, it's America, the red, white, and blue. Certain parts he's just talking about white people. Certain parts he's talking about Bloods and Crips. Certain parts he's talking about colored people. That's why it's like, red and blue at the same time, because it's colored people. Or like, when he says the part, I'm about to crash out and they bodied him, John Stockton, all the colors dropped down and it was just white people dancing, or, well, I mean, not white people, but, all this shit symbolized a whole lot. Like I kind of I'm not going to break it down anymore because I know on my channel, nobody wants to hear me talk about politics or political stuff, even though it's music. Y'all have already told me before, y'all don't want to hear that. So I'm not going to break down everything like he's got on the triple entendre with the A minor, the Amazon for kicking that shit off, and PG Lane. I mean, the halftime show was engulfed in so many entendres. It was so fire. Like stomping off at the end is the country united. It's also everybody stomping on Drake. There's just so much in that performance. So I'm not going to go over all of it. I for real was going to sit down and use a whole day and just do a live stream where we broke it down. But then I thought to myself, if people aren't going to probably want to watch it, then I'm not going to just sit there and break down a 15-minute video that I can't get compensated off of. So that's what I got in today's video. I'm going to try to put together something for tomorrow where I got some freebies or something going out because I know I haven't done that video for a week. I've just been dealing with this tooth pain. It's just been killing me. It's like it's been tearing me up since the Super Bowl. Messed around and ate too much candy and cake and stuff in the Super Bowl and tore my tooth up. So, but I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I know this was a little bit different. I'm just here kind of babbling. But make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button. Hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. I appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the key.